Hello, everyone. Where's my guy? Oh, there they are. Hello. Can you guess who's sitting on my lap? Is it perhaps a dog? Or Ash. Hello. Hello, Sen. Hello, Carvet. Hello, Astral. Hello, everyone. It is the puppy. He wanted all of the attention, and so I decided to hold him upon my lap. Also, if you were not aware, this is the OST for Hero of Law, which is an extremely good and free ROM hack for Ocarina of Time that makes it into Ace Attorney, and it's like frustratingly well done. They've got all this music for it. They've got all of these like custom animations, custom models. It's like a really actually good Ace Attorney case is the other thing. Okay, now it is time to go back here. Okay? I love you dearly. I love you so much. Thank you. Oh. Hey, maybe turn on the light. There we go. Like something's off. There we go. Oops. Have it. Something like this, something like that. Yeah. She, would you like to sit? No. No, we cannot go back in my lap except for now. I am so sorry. Oh, cosplay tour. I should have a thing to show you guys. And I had come up with what I wanted to do for the next one. And then now I remember. Okay. So, appropriate that we are making animals and also that Astral redeemed this, because this is a little cat ear headband from a furry friend of mine, who sort of in a previous life when I was much more involved in a different internet community, I met up with that friend at an anime con, and I was dressing up as Loki from Fairy Tail, who has like sort of little cat ears, because he's like a cat boy in a suit, essentially. And I don't think I still have any pictures of it, but I was like, oh yeah, well, I'll go over to her shop and see what it looks like, because she was in the artist alley. And I was like, these would be perfect! So I helped out my friend. I got a cool thing for my cosplay, and hey, now I just have like cool flamey cat ears forever. They've gotten a little smushed from being in a like container for a long time, but they're very fun to pet, and she also makes a lot of good stuff. I'm not sure if she still has a storefront, but Silvered Fox would be what to search for her. Yeah, so I wore that with my wig. Be more of a cat boy. And now, yeah, we're going to work on... I figured, like, that's not a very impressive prop, but it is kind of a fun story. What awesome thing Juno made? Oh, emote. Ooh, that's very cool. Also, welcome in Spam and Cheesy. A lot of people here. I was having a bad day, and I'm like, you know what? I still have to work. We're still doing this stuff. And but it's gonna be better now because we're with all the people we like. Pet the dog. He went under table. I shall scritch his chin. There we go. When he comes back up, I can also pet this dog. This is, as a reminder, I am working on 2 dog ornaments. They're usually Christmas ornaments. For my cousins, one of whom is getting married this weekend, and then her sister, whose dog this is, like eloped about a month ago. So I haven't gotten a chance to give either of them presents yet. So we're making both of their dogs. So this one is Tucker, who is the older one's dog, and the younger one's dog, Sophie, is sort of a big, kind of black and white poodle. And we will, I'm sure, also get to that today. You want to come back up here? Come up. Here you go. Oh, well, we have to make sure that it's acceptable before we sit down. Of course. You want me to pet you or don't you? I'll leave you to that. Oh, that's interesting. They have, in the Hero of Law soundtrack, it looks like they're putting they have the thinking variation for when you have the court record open, because again, this ROM hack is, like, way too good. That kind of, like, cuts out the main, like, melody to let you think a little better. So they, like, have that mixed in with the song, seems like. Also, that's apparently the Lost Woods backwards. Okay, now you have sat down. Now I shall pet you. You know that you have a squishy face. It's very squishy. There you go. I will show y'all later, but what we'll do for getting the poodle fur, sort of like curly hair, is just felting it in a little bit more loosely, and like purposefully in like kind of a circular pattern. You can get what's called curly neps, which I have a few of, I just haven't gotten to use them, that are the kind of like naturally curly sheep wool. Although because those are so curly, they tend to be useful only for certain things, like hair. But it would also be useful for like a poodle. I just don't have any in black and white. Hey there, don't break. There we go. What is there to growl about? Huh? I wonder. I wonder. Also adore how this is essentially just tension from Ace Attorney. With like some Goron drums over it, which is kind of fun. What's also fun is that in the game, in one of the separate modes, because there are multiple separate little extras, including an extra case based on Link's Awakening, where you can import your save from Link's Awakening by using a transfer pack on a real N64, and if you are a thief, you can play a case to make sure that you are not a thief anymore, and it will edit your save data to make you not a thief anymore. Again, this dev team is insane. Yeah? Are we going to bark? Okay, we're going over there. I know. I know. So much to bark about. It's so hard to be a dog sometimes. Like, I don't know how much you can hear it. Mostly, probably noise gate is getting rid of most of it when he's not, like, standing right there. But he's a-going. So welcome in, Darkbolt. Sorry that I am stabbing the dog in the crotch. I promise it's only for a little bit. He goes, meow. Also, I think I did not get enough of this out. I will have to get some more. Look at another picture of Tucker to see. Yeah, kind of. Got kind of like white front paws as well. A lot of this is pretty light. This cousin lives far away though, so I will probably never actually meet this dog, but like, I'm happy that I can give this to her. Oh yes, have a happy lurk. Absolutely no pressure to say anything ever. Goes to anybody else who's lurking. The stream is generally pretty chill on purpose so that you can just like wind down. I know. Video chat like, hey, can I meet this dog? Also, also my cursor is like over the dog's head, on the reference picture. I'll, here. No, because if I take a picture, it's gonna get rid of the, you understand, the like, the little hand cursor, it's right on the dog's head. Where did... Oh boy. Amazingly, what you can accomplish when you don't get out of your seat. I want to pet that dog. Pet that dog. Oh, sorry. You have returned. I did not notice you there. Have you given whatever you were barking at what for? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree, Ash. Here, you can come a little closer. Meow. Not an exact science, this camera and chair placement. Because he moves around a lot. A baby! I have found him. He will be 8 years old this year, which is insane because he has never stopped being baby for 1 second of his entire life. Also, speaking sort of a while ago of our good friend Judah Moons, during his Deltarune session yesterday, he beat the Chapter 4 secret boss. And if you know who the Chapter 4 secret boss is, don't say it because it's a spoiler. But it took a little while, but on the last attempt of the day, he got it. I don't worry as much about, like, little, you know, sections where the white may peep through, with dog fur, just because, like, this is not supposed to be representing something that's extremely smooth. Like, this is not skin. This is fur, and so it's going to be, like, a little bit different. Now, Tucker, does your tail... Your tail's mostly just as short as the rest of your fur, okay. It's pretty dark, except on the underside, for which we will add the light fur. Some people really do some, like, amazing stuff with needle felt animals. Like, you can get, it's expensive, but, you know, it should be, these, like, photorealistic, miniatures of, like, your pet on Etsy, and they'll do, like, I almost think they look a little creepy because they look too realistic, like, they look a little bit like taxidermy, but they're still, like, incredibly impressive, of just, like, that is just a dog in your hand, holy shit. But I kind of focus on things that are a little bit more cartoonified. Also because, like, I mostly focus on humanoid characters anyway. And even when I do real people, it's, even when I do real people, it is cartoonified to some extent. Yeah, no, the super realistic ones are incredibly cool. But yeah, thing I didn't finish saying was that all of the songs in this have, like, composer's notes that you can read in the, like, extra casino mode which exists, where you can play blackjack in jail with the killer. so kind of like this, and then him. I kind of do like this. And like, yeah, there's also some on the side here. Side of the face. In jail with a killer in casino mode and read composer note. Hero of Law is like not kind of ridiculous, it's actually ridiculous how much work they put into it. They're like, this will work on every version of Ocarina of Time except for the hotel demo version and the IQ version. And you're like, oh, okay. Neat. And the only reason is because we didn't have an IQ to test it with. And the IQ is like the Chinese only, like, way that Nintendo published their games in China for a while, because China is China. A little bit like here. And by the way, I do mean like crazy, insane, parentheses positive. Like this whole dev team is like the world's biggest N64 fanatics you've ever seen in your entire life. Like they made they made an Ocarina of Time NPC maker, and then made this mod to show it off. Like, oh yeah, and you can like add all of your own stuff, and you can like make characters and input custom behavior and animations, and I'm like, that's great, guys, wow. The sort of gist of the case is that there's a special visitation to Lon Lon Ranch by the royals, and they show up, and Talon has been murdered, and Malon is there, and she's holding a saw, and she's passed out, and so she gets arrested, and then Link has to defend her, and like she's the Maya. So there's a lot of Lon Lon Ranch related stuff going on. Like this. I'm just worrying, like, is she gonna, like, not like it because it doesn't, you know, the colors aren't exactly right? It's like, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be happy no matter what you do. I'm like, this is the color that I use for skin on light skin characters, so is this gonna look like skin? It's not once you get all the other stuff on there. It doesn't have the slightly yellower tint that I want. My therapist recently called Ash my emotional support animal, like, genuinely. And I'm like, well, he hasn't been trained to do that. And I don't think I could, you know, get a vest for him or anything, since he is so friendly that he would just go up to anybody anyway. But you're right. Something like that for the pause. Also, if there's a patch, that means that you can go over it with the darker color you see, mouse, and you can then cover that up and then it's like blended in better. So smart. Like, blending doesn't work the same as it does with like paint, because you can't make it into a homogeneous mixture, but you can definitely kind of trick the eye. Stuck being heterogeneous. Which I think is how you pronounce that. I know it's homogeneous, but I think it's heterogeneous as well. I don't know, I heard somebody with a STEM degree say it that way, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Do they call colored pencils pencil crayons in the UK? Never heard that before. And yes, exactly like that. And yes, I will add paw pads, don't worry. I did when I was growing up at least, huh? I did like a genuine head tilt when you said that. I'm like, that's interesting. I've never heard that. Maybe I have and didn't register it. Welcome in, Dark Sass. Nice to see ya. That is a good puppo. That is my cousin's dog, Tucker. And by the way, all of my cousins are great. These two cousins are great. They're sisters, and they have an older brother as well, who's also great. And they're like a little bit younger than me, but they super smart, super kind, honestly deserve all of the best in the world. I'm very happy for them that they found partners that they love. I've met both of the partners, and they're both great. Like, I'm very happy to make these presents for them. I don't think I've heard the thinking variant of the Pursuit theme. This is kind of good. I like it. Also, I have it later on in the stream playlist, but the DJ Pikachu set that was before the very mediocre Pokemon Presents. It was fine, but IMO, I'm sure I will like him more later. Mega Dragonite is like just kind of okay to me. Like, they didn't change the design very much. They just kind of put little wings on his head. But as part of a Pokemon Presents, there like really wasn't a whole lot of new like main game information. And by main game, I do mean Legends ZA, even though it's technically a spin-off. But beforehand, for an hour for the pre-show, they had this like little cute animation of a bunch of Pikachus hanging out in front of like a turntable. I don't normally listen to EDM music. I like don't know shit about what I'm talking about. Also, this part of Hero of Law fucking rips. It's like a semi-investigations adjacent mechanic, but it is very... It is, like, technically original to the mod, and it's very cool. But yeah, they had this little set, and then, like, they had a little DJ Pikachu come on, wearing cool glasses, and do all of these, like, sick remixes of Gen 1 themes. Well, they did have news about Pokemon Concierge, and, you know, as a Felter, I am required to like Pokemon Concierge, which is good because I already liked it. Because that show is a CG that mimics stop motion. And any Pokemon with, like, fur are presented as though they are felt figures. And also, Aardman Studios, aka the Wallace and Gromit guys, are doing probably a little short, I'm not sure if it's a mini-series or what, of Sirfetch'd and Pichu. It's like set in Galar, which is great because they're British. And I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. But yeah, Season 2 of Concierge, awesome. Mobile game stuff, you know, mobile game stuff. ZA looks like good outfits. We got more Emma. Emma from Kalos, post-game. Which probably means more Looker, which means that, like, Looker fans are gonna be eating good, or at least hearing about him. I'm worried that he may not be there. No, ZA looks fun. And then Champions looks to be, like, very granular and letting you make teams in the same manner as Pokemon Showdown, where you can, like, adjust individual stats and stuff like that, and, like, EVs, and just, like, make them and do stuff with them. I am worried that they're gonna, like, finally actually come after Pokemon Showdown now that they have their own official version. Which, you know, I don't want them to do, but they might. But regardless, it'll make competitive Pokemon a lot more accessible to people who don't have a Switch, people who have a hard time going through all of the crazy competitive stuff. I was watching the Wolfie VGC reaction to it, and he was like, I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a before Champions and after Champions kind of time for competitive Pokemon. But yes, the most hype thing was DJ Pikachu, which a couple people have re-uploaded. It's not down. It's just unlisted now on the Pokemon YouTube channel, although I think the Japanese one still has it up. And I just put it in a playlist before they could delist it or leave it unlisted, so I still have the link to it. Which, you know, being a good YouTuber, I should probably... I'm not a YouTuber, I'm a Twitch streamer. There. Copy link. Here we go. Especially since exclamation point song doesn't really work anymore. There you go. That's the YouTube music link, but you can extrapolate from there. I don't know if the Japanese one is any different. I kind of doubt it. But it's there. but like part of the, like one of the Pikachus that's in the audience is like the first one to show up, and it just shows up and falls asleep and then stays asleep for the entire DJ set. And is like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. Like, buddy, you are right next to the speakers. But okay. One more foot. And then we shall move on. Composer's notes also talk about them having to, like, import other instruments to get the kind of sound that they wanted. Like, oh, I had to import a different piano here because the piano in Ocarina is too, like, soft sounding, so I needed something that was more this, and I'm like, you guys are great. I didn't get to watch it closely because I had tasks to do and was modding at the same time. I ended up dancing with one of our cats part of the time. I think I was reading the Legend of Localization book while DJ Pikachu was going on. Which I still need to finish. I'm most of the way done with it. The Undertale one. Which, if any of y'all were there for Juno's stream yesterday, I was regaling people with some of the neat translation facts that I learned from reading that book. It's a good book. Now, I'm gonna put... put this the ears, because ears are pink. Right, puppy? Are your ears pink on the inside? A little bit. Try to felt this in a little bit more so it gets somewhat concave. I did felt these down pretty hard and made them kind of thick, so maybe a little flatter than they would otherwise be. Also, what modding were you working on, San? Didn't know you did that. There. Any other pink besides the ears? Not really. We can work on the face. That's always nice to sort of have. I can show how I do, like realistic animal eyes. Easier than it seems, but still kind of difficult because you have to do like the eye and then you need to like make the lids separately. Also, almost inevitably, these are going to be finished. This one will be finished on camera, but the other one will almost certainly be finished off camera because they need to be done by Saturday. I will not be here Saturday because I will be at said wedding. There's that. What are we doing? What are we doing? We are getting the mid-tone. Okay. Mid-tone is this. Which, did I decide? Yeah, I did decide that I was going to mix it with a little bit. Also, according to the composer, the this is the credits sequence, and I believe it's based on the credits of specifically Ocarina of Time 3D, which was composed by someone else who has their own specific style and whose name I can't remember. And they were like, I had a lot of influence from this person who was the composer for OOT 3D and who made the new credits theme. And then also went on to talk about how the original credits theme of OOT had to be timed to... Sorry. Had to be timed to various important moments, like the sages appearing on the cliff, that sort of thing. The party at Longline Ranch. But because of lag, it was very hard to make that happen. So it was like split into like 3 separate tracks. And they're like, well, you know, modern emulations, they don't do that and it just goes fast and you can't make that work. So what we did was we set up this specific coding thing so that it would work correctly and it would only activate when this thing showed up on screen. Like we fixed one of OOT's coding issues and it still works on a real N64. You guys are great. And this is an extra song that is used in the Link's Awakening case, which is only accessible if you know about it, if you have the transfer pack and Link's Awakening and play the 2 extras to figure out what on earth you are supposed to do for that, or you read the README, or you listen to somebody else talk about it, or you look at their spoiler-free guide to the game, which also has things for decisions to make for the second case. And I'm like, what do you mean the second case? And then I went looking through the README and then I found it. You're like, guys, devs, devs. Okay. What do you mean you made custom models, animations, and a new song for something that most people are just like straight up not going to see? Because that's the kind of weirdos they are. Parentheses positive, I promise. This is a more subtle gradient than I was maybe expecting it to be. And this is a cover of a Super Mario Wonder song that is used in one of the extra modes where you play as Talon, trying to go through a weird platforming puzzle using his run cycle from OOT, and also he has -1 lives because he's in purgatory because he's dead, remember? From the plot? Yes. Not like totally sure how I feel about this color, but I'm gonna make it work. And again, Wait, but we can't just... We can't just get rid of it because we made all of this. What if I mix in a little of this? Would that help? Now, for the Pikachu DJ set, I need to skip forward a little bit. Gonna come up? Do it. That. Reopen it. DJ Pikachu not want to load, or what are we doing? Welcome in, Meister. Nice to see ya. There we go. Now it works. I think I like this combination better. Make absolutely sure before we mix that into the rest of it that we made. And also clean up a little bit over here by stuff out of the way. This back. It's just that, like, this is gonna be sort of the most visible part of it. Because this mid-tone is, like, what's gonna be on most of the dog, except for, like, little bits of the darker tone that's gonna be, like, here. Okay, so, do this. I also want to learn how to get better at acrylic painting, because looking at how people like paint minis, they're like, oh, and if you do this as an undercoat, then it makes this really, you know, if you do a pink undercoat and then you do yellow over it, it makes this really lovely orange. And I'm like, that's really cool. For my props, I just kind of do this, you know, and I'm debating in my mind whether or not I want to repaint over this entire thing because this paint job is a little bit patchy, meaning that I would have to cover up all of the rest of Chris and do this and then spray the fixative over it and then retake all of the pictures. Which seems like maybe I shouldn't do that. Particularly because the image for the Susie doll also has kind of a spotty paint job for part of it. But that is a smaller area that you see. Yeah, I wanna sort of improve my like play prop making and painting skills. Lean into it as battle damage. Maybe, it just looks patchy. And like I literally know that I'm the only one who cares. But still. I still don't know if that's... I've been having a really high anxiety day. That's why I'm in a weird mood. I'm doing my best. But we're getting there. Gonna finish this today. Important that we do that. Darker gray, blue gray, you can dry brush that over the patches. No, you're good. I was more talking like my own brain was being like I'm more, you know, you're doing fine. You're doing fine, I promise. We have ads in about a minute. So if anybody wants to get up. Now, I also, like, specifically said I want to get better at it, so, and, like, retaking the pictures isn't the worst thing ever. I can do it. Try not to let the limbs get too bulky. Adding a bunch of stuff. Okay. It's like possible that this could be a shorter stream just because I might be in a weird mood, but we're good. Hi! Coyote, I believe. Is that how that's pronounced? How you guys doing? Sorry that ads are about to start, although I think if you rate in, you don't get ads. Hello, I am WireMouse. I am a needle felt streamer. I use they them pronouns, and I run a store called StabbyNeedleStudios. This is my dog, Ash. She is very asleep at the moment. And at the moment, we are making little, well, big, actually, dogs, ornaments for my cousins, both of whom have gotten married recently. How are you guys doing? What were you up to? You were doing makers and crafting, so what kind of crafting do you do? If you want to share a picture, you certainly may. If you need to de-stream, if you need to chill out, if you need to leave, that is perfectly fine as well. We're just happy that you rated in. Trying to do some color blending with this here. Check the range of motion to see if I have any, like, blank spots there. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I do like that sort of combination of colors, so we'll add that to the mix that we already have. There. That's fine. Ah! Happy to listen back to this DJ set and pay more attention to it because it was really good. Over there. This is called carding the wool. We are mixing it together, and this is also used for making the wool easier to work with. Working on a crochet bonsai tree. Wrists are aching, but we got through it. Love your needle felt work. Wish you luck on your project. Thank you. Yes, if you would like to share a picture, you may. Otherwise, thanks for coming. I got to see some real life bonsai trees recently. There's a wonderful conservatory near me that has like a big butterfly show every summer. And they had a whole room with bonsais, and it's like, this one's been around since the 70s. It's like beautiful, and I'm just like, oh my god. And I was with my dad, and he was like, how do they do that? And I'm like, that's a great question. I do not know. I'm not the person to ask. I am, in fact, horrifically bad at taking care of plants. The skill of a bonsai caretaker is beyond me. Try to get this a bit more mixed. Yay! Thank you so much for the follow! I normally stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I will not be here this Saturday because I am going to my cousin's wedding. But normally I'm there. And I stream 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday and Wednesday, and usually 2 to 5 on Saturday. But I will be back this coming Monday for perhaps some commission-related things. I have 2 orders right now. I have an order for a Ralsei, because I make a Ralsei figure. And then Ralsei Deltarune. And I also have someone's Splatoon OC, which I'm excited about. I have not made a Splatoon character, but they look very fun. Like, these shapes are fun. I like them. Actually, I should tell my friend who's very into Splatoon that that's what I'm doing. I'm going to check something really, really quickly. Where's... Oh. That's why. I'm like... Haven't heard of a Splatoon game in so long. That's because that same friend is the one who ordered it. I'm like, oh, I should tell them, because it's like, that's their username, and wow, it's really cool that they did it. It's like, oh. Because it is that person who ordered it. Probably waiting for me to notice. I don't usually look at the person who orders it until I have to print out their packaging slip, and then I will write on the business card that goes in it, like, hi, name, thank you for your order. Also, thank you so much for the follow, yay! No, one of the really weird things was that, like, right when Splatoon 3 came out, like, I think the week that the Queen died, and everybody in Splatoon was like, R.I.P. Queen Elizabeth, she would have loved Splatoon 3. One of these of my pup who passed last year. I'm so sorry that you lost your pup last year. I very much care for animals. But yeah, I can, I do custom pet, they're called ornaments, although they don't have to be Christmas ornaments. But I've 11 and a half, so lived a good life. That's good. Sure. But it's still sad, obviously. Yeah, generally all I need is, like, pictures from a variety of angles so I know what they look like. All over the world. That's wonderful. Mr. This one. Has he been outside of the state? Well, yeah, he has, because, it's no secret I live in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is right on the river of where Kentucky is. And I do a lot of, like, a lot of the grocery shopping and stuff is over there, including the PetSmart where he goes to get his baths. So it is true that I will just leave my dog in another state for like 3 hours on the odd occasion because he's getting a bath just over the river, you see. I think he's been to Michigan too. Yeah, you've been to 3 states. You've been to 3 states, bud. Paris, Japan, Germany, Russia, US, Nigeria, and all over Canada. Wow. Nigeria, wow. Did you do like a mission trip there? Or did you just go there for tourism, or what'd you do? If you don't mind me asking. Also, hi, Cloud Jumper Martin, welcome in. Oh, and Greece, cool. What you doing? What you doing? Do you want to sit down? Oh, we have cousins there, cool. Wonderful. Beethoven, little Jack Russell mix, aw. Beethoven is a very good name for a dog. And... pet the dog. I shall pet the dog. Came with her name and it's stuck. That tends to be how it goes. My, sneeze? Sneeze. No. I feel like that's been happening a lot lately, that I get, like, not to be crude, cock-blocked by a sneeze. Like, could you just... No sneeze. Boss dog. Ash has many names. He is Ash, Ashy, Ashy Dog, Little Boy, Little Dog, Mr. Sir, Mr. Little Boy, Mr. Baby Boy, Mr. Little Man, Mr. Tiny Man, Tiny Minuscule Baby Little Boy, and also, Mr. It. Because my mom called me Miss It when I was a kid, when I was being a little shit. So I was like, well, Ash, you have inherited the name. Oh yeah, during the DJ Pikachu set, they had the little evolution theme every now and again, and they would have a new DJ come on stage. So like this one had little grass type glasses, and then the next one has fire type glasses, and then they had a water type, and then they had an electric type, and then they had one with Pikachu ear glasses. So there were five altogether. Some of her ashes are in a pendant that hangs above my bed. Oh, that's wonderful. One little dog felt that I made for a friend of mine was for her dog, who was alive at the time, and then has since passed. And they had said that she was the star on their Christmas tree, but now she is the star. And the the little doll is next to her ashes. I'm like, oh, I'm glad that I was able to help. Actually started sleeping better? Yeah. So that kind of thing can be nice. Winnie and crew. Winnie and the crew. That would be a very good, like... To me, that sounds like an early 80s rap group. Winnie and the crew. Oops. Hey there. When I was reloading the YouTube music thing, it was like... Somehow all of the stuff got... like, all the visuals got very blown out, so I go back and it's just, like, flashbang. Winnie is my tiny tricolor Jack Russell mix, and Crew is my 1-year-old 80-pound Mastiff mix puppy. Oh, no. You have the older little dog and the younger big dog. It's like, oh, God. This thing is a puppy, and it's, like, twice my size. Ash has some of that with, choose everything smile. Yeah. My other cousins, different cousins than these cousins, have a dog named Magali, who is a Saint Bernard, who is delightful and we love her so much, I promise. Wooden spoon is no more. But she drools all over everything. Like, you are a delightful big dog, and I am so happy that you're here. Also, you are just very wet. That's what you get when you have a puppy. I mean, they're just gonna chew. My shoes, no longer the $100 dress shoes my mom got my brother. No fucking more. And then you just have to be like, dog, I know it's not your fault. I know you're just a dog and you can't help it. And I'm not allowed to be mad because that would be mean, but I'm still mad about it. I'm just not gonna be mad at you. It's like, so many toys instead chose the expensive thing that is not a toy. Yep, absolutely. There was like a end table that I had that was like this really special, like one of 150 that were made, and it was for like an anniversary thing that was related to my family, and it was really great. And Ash as a puppy like chewed the shit out of the legs and I had to get rid of it. And I'm like, no. Trashed my room. Well, they'll stop being a puppy eventually. And you're like, oh, remember it was so nice when they were a puppy. And then you go, actually, no. They were cute, but it wasn't actually that nice. Yeah, I think they calm down a little bit once they get neutered, but also just like once they're a little older. I am liking this a lot more now that the darker brown is in there. Once... probably just like the... won't be finished growing until he's 2.5. Mastiff, yeah, it's gonna be a big dog. Baby big dogs are so funny because they have like just the most gigantic paws. Yeah, I've never had a big dog. I don't know if they're for me just because they're so much, but I love other people's big dogs. Husky Shepherd mix named Ace we grew up with. Yeah. Other members of my family had like golden retrievers and stuff. Yes, Automod. Fucker ate a whole ass 3-pound chocolate bunny and a whole batch of pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, and the fucker lived to be 19. Like this. Get the... That's working. Hey, living through spite, you know, that's what we gotta do sometimes. I love living through spite. I don't, but I'm learning to get better at it. Asked bait. Grab you by the face. Listen. I'm gonna need you to give one more year, okay? And she was like, alright. Also, Ash is wearing a little shirt because he got a little sort of like benign little bump on his back taken out, and also had like a teeth surgery thing. This was like a couple of weeks ago, so he's perfectly fine now. It's just that little scar is still healing, so I don't want him like... He hasn't been messing with it, but I also just don't want him to like scrape it against anything. And also he looks very cute in a little shirt, so... and enjoys wearing little shirts. He does not normally wear little shirts, but for as long as it makes sense, he will continue to wear little shirt. Aw, that's sweet. This is looking good. Yeah, I'm more confident about how this is looking now. I was getting a little like, I don't know if this is right. Sounds like she's protecting you now, so that's nice. Oh. You're on leggy watch. Thank you. I wish animals could live forever. Gotta treasure the time we do have with them. Ah, this is the Lavender Town part. This is the best part. This is like the sickest remix of Lavender Town I've ever heard in my entire life. Also, there's a Mimikyu that shows up in the audience. Let's see. Go up here like this. Yeah, and mostly the darker brown is like here. Like on the tail. Also, yeah, anybody feel free to use the daily check-in if you want to get an Ash kiss, because Ash is incredibly friendly. And were you actually here, he would absolutely give you a kiss. He is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Below the stream is a bit of a better picture of him. He is currently all asleep. He is an 8-year-old, well, almost 8-year-old, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, who I've had for pretty much his entire life. I got him when he was 9 weeks old. Aw, got Beethoven when she was 6 weeks. Yeah. Maybe I just cover... No, I think I will do like a different mix. Like this and this maybe for the darker parts. Little dogs, yes. He's like 20-something pounds, so he's pretty little. He's not the littlest dog, but he's the littlest dog in my heart. He's actually hilariously kind of tall for a Cavalier. He has, like, really long legs. And so sometimes, like, if his fur is wet, then you're just like, wow, you really do just kind of have toothpick legs, don't you, bud? Yeah, they're very affectionate. That's why I got one. He is a clingy boy. Which is why he's here, because... If I don't let him sit on a chair next to me, he will complain and be very, very sad. Going into the Team Rocket theme, so... believe, yeah, this dog, Tucker, my cousin's husband has kids, so I'm sure this dog is around kids a lot. Did the music? Hey, music? Device instead? No. Why this video is unavailable? Did they, like, actually take it down? They might have. Oh, well. What else? Here. I'll just get the Japanese one. I will pet the dog. Pet the dog. Cavaliers absolutely recommend for people who want, like, a sweet, affectionate dog without, like, too much energy. Like, he is a pedigree dog. I got him from a very reputable breeder. I just, like, wanted a dog that would fit my lifestyle. That I could definitely be a good dog parent to. Crew has appeared. Are you talking about me? Yeah, a little bit. Stuck on my hand. Not sure why I'm so Pokemon pilled today. Probably because the direct was yesterday. And yes, if you're enjoying the stream, go ahead and click the follow button if you want to hang out and watch needle felting. Also, I have some fun emotes that are all watercolor paintings that I've actually made. That. Run that in a little bit better. Then let's do face, which really a whole lot on the face that is darker, so we'll probably just make this part laying on me now. Aw. We don't want to have like a pointed note. I'll lose the silhouette here. Fawn colored pup. Like this guy. No, maybe so. What are we doing? So hi, Cyextros. Welcome in. Yeah, this is, we switched to, because I think the DJ Pikachu set, got taken down from the Pokemon main channel, instead of just being unlisted as we were listening to it. Yeah. Sort of been lurking for a minute. Yeah. Being here. But this is Pokemon Jazz live from Pallet Town by Unplugged, VGM Collective, and it's Game Chops. Okay, it's Game Chops. Game Chops is a wonderful YouTube channel that has a lot of really great video game cover songs and like 24/7 sort of like study playlists. And it's all free to use on a stream. So I don't always care about copyright stuff, but when I do, I use Game Chops. Take a closer look at that face. Zoom in upon face. Let me pull up the other image that I'm using. There he is. I know I used to have an exclamation point song command that would give you the YouTube link to it, but because I'm using a new music service thing, it doesn't really work. But I can always look it up if anybody wants to know. Doug. That there. Put this here. Ducker. There you go. So if we take a closer look at that snout, we can see mostly black and gray around here. Little bit of black on like the sort of eyebrows. We'll do black for the eyelids. Kind of like brown eyes. Very very appropriate emote. I'm so glad Weeb has that. Are we taking a closer look? Are we there yet? Very good collector of and namer of weird ass emotes. Yes, a redeem and added that. Nice. Yeah, no, absolutely you should try felting. Felting is so fun, and it's got a very low barrier to entry. The you can get kits online for like good kits for like 15 to 30 bucks. And I have, if you do exclamation point kit, I have a link to the kit that I used to get started from British supplier Heidi Feathers. And it is like very relaxing. And even if you are like, this isn't coming out the way I want it, like, it's so okay because you can kind of endlessly mess with it. Like, you know, you saw earlier that I was like, I am not happy with like how this color is coming out. I just took it off. And then I like remixed it with something else, and then I liked it better. And I also use for the base layer here, I use polyfill. Very technically, it is Loops and Threads Supreme Fiber Fill from Michaels, which is a slightly just a bit of a slightly nicer polyfill that doesn't have kind of little bits and pieces in it that you don't care about when you're putting it in a plushie, but you do care about when you have to felt around it, because you don't want to have to just pick stuff out. It's kind of annoying. And you want to use that or what's called core wool, which is sort of a coarser, undyed sheep's wool that you use for the inside. Pixel art, you can just keep messing with it forever. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, I don't really do digital art, but because I suck at it. But it feels almost like digital art in that, like, you can kind of... Many of these names aren't memorable at all. Yes, but lots of them are. Are we in compliance? Are we pathetic? Are we winning sun? Are we a little room to breathe? Etc., etc., etc. Are we serving? Are we dealing with this? Are we peace? Are we there yet? Yeah, and then the other one, which is are we submissive and weavable, which is, you know... Friend of the show, are we there yet? Silly lad. I'm sort of like one of the... I am the only, like, primarily a crafting streamer of the sort of group that I'm in, but there are other people such as Juno Moons and Cat Baron Cafe who do crafting sometimes, and like watercolor painting and crochet and that sort of thing. Everybody else is mostly gaming or digital art, or both. Then I'm also part of the Crafty Collective, which is where I'm sure a lot of you guys know. Cream Doom runs that, and Cozy Witch, who is sort of the other full-time needle felting streamer that I know about on Twitch, is also part of that. They're also non-binary. Fantastic. They, them, crafters unite. Here, we'll shout out Weeb and shout out our Weeb. There yet. And I think, I'm not sure if there's a countdown for this or not. Cozy Witch. Spell it correctly. There we go. I seen playing no games, sad face. If you're a crafting streamer, then that means that you don't ever have to change your game category. I do, like, do games once in a blue moon. I kind of game on my own time. Yeah, we can just... that. But yeah, I guess back to felting. It's something that I really enjoy because it feels... It is sculpting. It's just sculpting with wool. And you can really kind of express yourself in a way that feels really freeing. Especially because you don't have to worry about counting stitches or anything. I'm a little bit too impatient for... some like knitting and crochet and some of those things where you have to like pay very close attention to what you're doing at all times. If I get my shit together, I'll be a traditional art streamer and maybe craft sometimes, but not regularly. Yeah, no, Meister is a really fantastic traditional artist. They don't stream yet, but does a lot of very cool traditional art. Comics and things. In fact, this is one of their pieces. Little cat playing Switch. And digital sometimes, yeah. The song reminds me of the jazz Christmas albums that my mom plays around the holidays. Visiting her. Cool Yule by B.B. King, question mark, I think? I just remember one of them's called Cool Yule. And also, you start felting. You don't have to worry about stabbing yourself too much if you wear these little leather finger protectors. They'll come with any kit. And some felters will be like, oh, well, you only use those when you're a beginner, and you can just graduate to not using those. And I go, I still use them. Because I do stuff like, you know, this, where I'm, like, holding it really closely. Like, I have learned that the way I like to do things... to keep these things on, so that I don't stab myself more than I absolutely have to. You can choose not to use them, but why? Why would you do that? Also, because these needles are like... They have little notches in them, which is how they act like, you know, felting the way they do. Also, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, here's a beauty YouTuber bit. Can't see them super well, but these needles have little notches in them that essentially kind of act like a teasing comb or a little like Velcro or something, where it's pushing the wool in and making it felt together like this. But it sticks together in the same way that like a lint ball might. You don't have to felt like super deep or anything, and in cases like this, such as the ears, you don't want to, because it could go like through to the other side, and then you get whatever color this was on the back in the front, and that can be obnoxious. Not usually a problem for something this thick, but tends to be a problem on stuff like wings or a cape or stuff like that, where one color is different on the outside and the inside. Dog has such big ears. Big ear. Yep. Just do a little... Our friend Non-Canonical Sploot hasn't been by lately, and there's been a lot of sploots. Also, that made it sound like I was mad that they aren't here. You don't have to be here. Like, you don't have to... I'm not gonna, like, notice when you're gone. Oh, wow! Thank you so much for the gifted sub! Radium Stadium gave subs to Malform and Renee right here. Thank you so much for that. And you got to see the gifted sub notification. Which is me throwing a sub at you like Eminem throwing a rat. And now you can use all of our neat little emotes, of which there are many, and below the stream you can see in the emote showcase. Perhaps you will like something such as WireMouse Feelin' It, which if you're a follower, you can also use while you're here, because it is a follower emote. It is how I feel all of the time. I do have a sweatshirt that says "Feelin' It" on it, and I am probably within the realm of being able to fit into it again soon. And I'm excited. Because I want to be feeling it. Oh, there we go. Get that out of there. I wanted to say thank you for taking the time to put this information out there. Works on your Etsy shop are great. Ended up grabbing some felting supplies to try it out myself. That's so wonderful! Please come by again and show us what you've made. But yeah, I really try to spread the good word of felting, because not a whole lot of people do it. It's kind of a niche craft, particularly since you kind of have to order a lot of stuff online. But I definitely want people to try it out. And even if it's not something that you stick with, or it's not something that clicks with you, it's a cool thing to try out. And if it does click with you and you stick with it, then that's wonderful. Also, Radium Stadium is a very good username. I hope we get to the other dog today. We will. We will. There's not too much left of this. Excuse me. Sometimes I'm able to time out how long things take, but for the dogs, which I haven't done for a while, it's taking a little bit longer. I think, probably one of the things that a lot of people will struggle with when they're felting is that they will either run out of material, or they will, the shape will not be what they want. And sometimes some of the, and if you did get this Radium, it's perfectly fine, you can definitely make it work. Some of the kits will not give you core wool, and they're like, okay, well then just make a thing out of this, out of the wool roving, which this does not have the internal structure that this does, or that a coarser wool would. So when I can get these structures that are much more like, this is a nice thin sturdy leg, you might struggle to get that kind of structure with just using wool roving. And then you will also run out of materials faster if you just use a little bit more than they thought you were going to use, and then you're like, well, now what, you know? So even if you got something without core wool, if you have polyfill lying around, or something of the sort, that is my recommendation for having a sort of smoother experience with felting. And also, a lot of like beginner kits will have you make like cute little things that are like, this is a penguin that is basically a sphere, and it's like, great, you just like make a little ball and then add some stuff on it, and it's great. I surfed through your previous videos to make sure I didn't make that mistake. Instead of buying a kit, I went for a variety of high quality needle packs, a good clover pen, which is what these are, a large bag of natural core wool. Also picked up a wool buddy, though I read that some people don't like how the color of it gets picked up in their work. I am kind of blanking on what a wool buddy is. Is it one of these? Because you do need, like, a thing to felt on. Usually it's a little styrofoam block, but this is a wool one. Just because the styrofoam blocks, like, deform a little bit over time. And if you get a very solid wool one, it will not do that. Like your felting mat, but orangish instead of white. Yeah. So, yeah, so like you can see that there's, you know, stuff in there, stuff on the other side. I just sort of go through and pick it out every now and again. It's never gonna get like completely white like it is on like the sides. But usually you're not felting directly into it anyway, unless you're doing like a flat piece. Such as this was for making hey Shadow Milk, come over here. Come over here, bud. Was for making Shadow Milk Cookie. Who's still on sale. It was for making his little hair. He's basically in gay baby jail. He's in my little photo box. He lives in there. And Chris is a standing guard. The guard of gay baby jail. And I'm glad you care so much. Thanks so much for letting me know. That makes me really happy that my videos are helping people. Helping people get into a craft that they might not otherwise try. Oh, are you the one who ordered the Relse? I will be working on that very soon. Probably not on stream, just because I will not be streaming at the time that I need to be working on it. But I am excited to make him again because he was very fun to make the first time. Get these guys done beforehand. Okay, so now have what gauge and kind of sculpting wire do you use? This is, I did just look this up, 20 gauge wire. It doesn't have to be 20 gauge, but like that's what I use. And then I have a thinner gauge for when I make articulated fingers. But for the most part, it's that. And that's for the... You don't have to do armatures. I do armatures because my stuff is posable. But armatures are nice to have also, if you want to be able to pose things. But it is sort of like a, you know, don't do that for your first time kind of thing. Because you just have to know how to not hit the wire with your pen. Yeah, no problem. Always here to answer questions. Now, let's see about... like... oh... face. Face for Tucker. Your face. That. We got ads going, and we will be back. I will just be here on face. Oh, maybe mix that with the... just be completely black. Could be mostly black. Yeah. A little like mixing black paint is gonna be prominent in the mix. Hey, Fancy Pudding, welcome in. Having a good day. Now, you may think that this looks like shit, but actually, it's good. This is for a doggy face. Such as this doggy. Yes. Love him. I love him. I know, I was kind of making it. I was doing a bit, but yes, you're right. It does look nice. Okay, we'll keep some of this to the side for eyebrow purposes. Probably don't need all of it. This. That. I do just kind of do like a this kind of motion, just like with the side of it. Try to blend it in. Think about where the mouth is. The black part kind of goes right along with the mouth. I want to make sure that it's even on both sides. Yes. That's going further than the other side is, so let's bring it back a little bit. Oh, hello, Sparkrust. Welcome in. Ooh, playing some Helldivers. Welcome in, Sparkrust and Real Sky Ninja. My name, if you do not know me, is WireMouse. I use they, them pronouns. And I am a needle felt artist who runs a store called StabbyNeedleStudios. It's all I've streamed so far. Like, listen. You know what I've streamed so far? Felting. And then like a couple times I did Ocarina of Time Randomizer. And then nobody watched those ones, so I'm like, okay, never mind. Also, welcome back from ads, everybody. You know, you don't have to do everything all at once. Anyway, we are working on Tucker, who is my cousin's dog. Making a little ornament of them. We'll keep this for purposes. Never knew this was a thing. Like felting? Yeah, this is needle felting, which is the craft that I do. Here, let's your face back just a little bit.
Yay!
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, I'm one of approximately 2 full-time needle felting streamers on Twitch. The other one is named Cozy Witch, and they're great, and they're also non-binary. And it's an art form where you take, where you take wool, that looks like this, been dyed. It's wool from a real sheep. And then I use polyfill on the inside, and you use felting needles, which have little notches in them, so that they can push the wool together and have it form a more solid object in the same manner as like a lint ball might form, but on purpose and artfully. And it was adapted from factories where they made batting for quilts. And in the 80s, some people were like, what if we made a craft out of this, actually? And then they did. There's another type of felting called wet felting, which is, you've seen, like, flippers and hats and bags and some of those that are felt, those. And that's done by taking wool and agitating it with soap and water. And where did we go to? Oh, we went to Bomberman. That works. And it also forms the sort of matting. And I do wet felting on the very odd occasion, but I just find it obnoxious because it's a lot of rolling stuff up and doing this over and over and over and over and over again. Around like a rolling pin. About the middle. Just moved over just a bit. Went from, well, originally we were on Hero of Law, so we went from N64 tunes to EDM Pokemon, to jazz, to back to N64. I like the story of needle felting because a lot of the times factories reduced the need for crafts and made them obsolete, but needle felting came from factories. Yeah, that's what's cool about it. That there were you know, giant sheets of these needles that punched up and down and made batting for quilts, which is just, you know, sort of the flat wool, and that's like inside of a quilt, or other things of that nature. They were like, what if we did something with that, actually? Because, you know, wet felting's existed since, like, ancient times, basically, but it would be very hard to make these needles without, like, precision machining because they have the little notches in them. And like these ones have like a little spiral to them. Sometimes they have like a triangle. It's not expensive to start them. The wool is not terribly expensive. The kit that I used to start, if you do exclamation point kit, you can see it, is about $30, and that gives you enough stuff to make like 5 different projects. And you can get kits online for like as little as $6, but I don't love those ones. Like nice ones for about as little as like $15. And I have extra stuff, like often the kits will just give you 1 needle and you just kind of hold it, and it's like you can just hold it. It'll just hurt your hand if you do that for like a really, really long time. You can also have, this is sort of a traditional setup with just 1 needle, the felting pen. And this is a kind that, it actually holds 3, but I only ever use 2. And you can get any number of sort of holders for them. I'm gonna wait until yeah, like you can, if you're just like, I only want to do 1 little thing and that's it, and I don't care about the quality, like, yeah, you can do that. Pet the dog, pet the dog. Hello, Ash. Also, this is my dog, Ash. He's my tiny baby son, and I love him. He's wearing a t-shirt because he's a sweetie. Oh, Mr. Sir. I know Mr. Sir from Holes is not the greatest nickname for a tiny fluffy dog, but he's still he's Mr. Sir, parentheses, not threatening. Already found the best redeem. Hey, you know, best redeem doesn't need to be expensive. Like, I will pet him anyway, but if you want me to go out of my way to pet him right now, I sure will. Okay, let's do a eye. Pet the dog again. There's also no cooldown on pet the dog. On purpose. Pet the dog again. Okay. For the dog. For the him. I will usually kind of rough in where the eyes go. Especially on, like, human figures. Because it helps, when you add... Second best redeem is expensive. What's the second best redeem? Is it the DVD player? But yeah, making sort of like the eye socket is very helpful so that when you make an eye, it feels like it sits naturally in the head. Yeah, DVD player. I got 10 points. Gave my all for dog petting. Honestly fair. This is where we get out the little one for details. I have but 10 points. Please, I have some more points. Not until you've watched more of the stream. Also with felting, you can just be like, this proportion feels weird. I'm just gonna kind of squish it around until it fixes itself. I never played Bomberman 64, I just never had it. But, music's good. do this to sort of rough it in. I'm also impatient and don't like to use just the one needle. It is for somebody. It's not a commission. These are wedding presents for my cousins. They are yeah. My two cousins who are sisters and who happen to get married at around the same time. One of their weddings is this weekend, and I haven't started making that one yet. I'll probably get to it today, maybe not. Maybe I'll just do it completely off stream. And this one is for my cousin who got married about a month ago, but eloped, so nobody was able to, like, get her presents or anything. Yeah, there was some brown in there as well. Maybe what I do... so this will be... I will probably put a little ornament hook on his back, that they can be used as Christmas ornaments. No, not my cousins who are getting married to other people, not each other. Don't worry. Oh, the longest... I didn't see your first message for a second. The longest you ever spent on one thing, I made a Zagreus from Hades. So I do, like, commissions. I also do speculative things like the Chris and the Shadow Milk cookie that I, like, think people will buy. And then I also make stuff for Games Done Quick, the speedrunning marathon. Because they do charity stuff, and when you donate to charity, you get entered to win a bunch of prizes. Almost all of which are handmade stuff like this. So I submit a bunch of prizes to GDQ. And one year, I made a full-size Zagreus figure, and I will pull it up in just a moment. So I know he looks creepy right now, but he will not be creepy for long. And that one took, like, 9 or 10 hours? Like, for a single figure. I have had, like, a couple of big orders that I spent weeks and weeks on, but that was for, like, 20 figures or something. Images. Okay. Hey, Tucker, I'm gonna need to get a different picture. Zagreus. Zagreus. Curious. Yep. 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 There he is. And that was, like, because I was doing a lot of muscles, and skulls, and, like, a really complicated sword, and, like, bare feet, and more skulls. It was like, oh boy. I went and looked at, Bruce Timm, like, Batman and Justice League stuff to be like, how do I simplify a, like, a muscular, masculine form? And it was hard, but I did it. And then some of the shorter things that I've made were, I do just some, like, little things like, you know, like car rear view mirror hangers, and, like, some little air plant holders and some little necklaces and stuff. Let's see. This. this. I have, these aren't tangled, they are just like sort of, they're together so that they don't, these are like little dongos of pride flags. So like, you know, the Japanese snack dango, you can get it in any pride flag color you want, and if yours isn't on here, I can make one. There's also these. I also make like a Wooloo one. This is a flying pig for Cincinnati. I make one that's like a little concha turtle. I also make air plant holders. This one is Applin. I have an Oddish as well, and I have a Kappa. And those are all on my website. StabbyNeedleStudios.etsy.com, which is if you do !store, !Etsy, or you look below the stream, there are links to that. Put that back. The stuff back where it goes. Stuff back where it goes. The plug was so smooth. Excuse me. And here's just an example of the large figures that I make, because I make two sizes of figures. I make small size, where they're about 6 to 8 inches tall, and they have like little mitten hands. And I make large ones, and this one is of, obviously, WireMouse, my character. And they have fully articulated fingers, so you can make them do a little peace sign. Some really good stuff. Thank you. I also gave them a little wallet chain. Anyway, that's what the design of my character looks like. They also have pink heels. Oh, Mr. Ash, where did you go? He went under the table. They sure are a pain to make. They're cool, but that's why that's why they're only on the big figures, because they take like an hour by themselves. To me, this sounds like a Kirby song. Like, I know they were both Kirby 64 and Bomberman 64 are Nintendo 64 games, but... sounds like... I think it'll look better... It'll look better once we have the eyelids on. Oopsies. Hey there. Also, to make eyes, a lot of people will use like little like glass eyes and other stuff that you might use for plushies, and you can do that too. I just like making really like complex felted eyes. What the needles look like? Yeah, they are very cool. It's hard to show on stream because, you know, I only do so much, but like the notches, and these ones are spiral. You can have different needles for different things. You know, you're so right. You're so right that I should just have like a macro image of the needles. I should do that. Hey, streamer, did you ever think of this thing? Actually, no. Thank you. Okay, let's... Oh. I just want to do my beauty tuber impression and be like, actually, that didn't work very well. So, just adding these sort of like little eyelids over for the eye will make it look much more a realistic animal eye. My stuff is not normally very realistic. He lives into it. Can't come up with all the ideas ourselves. I don't normally use skizzers for this part, just because, like, just cutting off the felt like this tends to make it harder to, like, dab it all down into place. But that was, like, so little material that it's... Is this what we want? I think... Him, and again, him. Yeah. They need to be pointed down more. And, like, these eyes look strangely not right. Perhaps a little farther away? Yeah. Here. Okay, we're gonna redo this part. Yep. Goodbye. Thinking that looked a little strange. We kind of yank this over without pulling all the way out. I want the bridge of the nose to be like this. This. So, in while we're here. So, like, this. A bit more. The sides. Yes, yes. White. Feels right, and then we want to have try not to make the eyelids quite as thick. I feel like they were over the eyes a little bit too much. Need to be there, but you don't need to. You shouldn't be like paying attention. That and then I'll just. That. Yeah. All right, that's good. Let's the other eye. Make sure that these like symmetrical, otherwise they will look very doofy. Golden. I have not. I've been told that I need to watch K-pop Demon Hunters. That's really, really good. Mostly heard about it through like the Drawfee grapevine. You need to watch it. Sounds really good. It's got stuff to do with like Korean mythology, which I think is cool. I know less about that than I know about like Japanese mythology. Yeah. Yeah. How do you feel about that face? Okay, now done this. Darker part. Involves kind of like the rest of this, and then of this yellow, like mix it with now a combination of like 4 colors. What if I just kept adding more? Then sir. Will be naked no longer. That is best I. Very well, come on. Little bald spots I'm trying to get. Trying not to like silhouette by felting down too hard and like losing. This we can't quite just wrap around the entire tail because the bottom of it is a lighter color. Have to just be careful with that. You don't cut that up. Ash is snoring. Desk. Ah, I just pulled it all off. Damn it. Ah. Starting to expose the armature wire. Felt over top of that a little bit more. Almost done. Why we wear finger protectors for situations is all right. spot. Puppy. Puppy. A little bit of trimmed. Yeah. That's a dog. And that also means that we have time to put the little ornament holder in as well. Which tends to go about here, where you want out here. Out center of mass. That makes it an ornament for your Christmas tree. Oh, there's... Doing this gives us a nice little eyelet that we can put into. Okay. All right. See if anybody's paying attention. All right. Let's then get. I have the gold cord somewhere. Where'd it go? Ash. I usually use gold cord, but I think for this, because it's kind of big, is this gonna stay? I mean, it usually does. I might have made it too small. That's too small to hold that. That's absolutely too small to hold that. Alright, make another one. Trying to be, gonna conserve the last of this, but I don't need to because I ordered more and it's coming tomorrow, so it should be fine. Cut that with the scissors. Now this is far too big. Oh. Alright. How big can it be? Before it goes all the way through, about there. Oops, that went flying. Oh. I'll find it. At a time. Not right this second. Let's try that again, shall we? Get in there. I am begging you. That's what happens when you use glue, is that it's like, if you don't get it the first try, you kind of have to go in a different place because the glue dried already. Yeah. Alright, now let's get this in there on the first try. It's not going to get stuck, and it didn't get stuck. How about that? I'm so smart. Best to ever do it. Then... that is. There we go. Yeah, it's already sticking better. Okay, well that's Tucker. Yeah. And I will find somebody to raid. Thank you all so much for coming today. I will have to make the other one off camera, but... let's see what we got. Q, Astral, Ada. Let's raid Crafty Cub. Home of the proud dirty hookers. Yep, we're doing rug hooking. Fantastic. Raising money for the Trevor Project, so if anybody feels like donating to the Trevor Project and helping our queer friends, including me, because I am a queer friend, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just give them a little hello. Thank you so much for coming. Bye-bye.